Welcome to these Sci-Fi guys. I'm your host Dave, and with me always is John and Chad. It only took me like 3 times for me to hit the intro button right this
Yeah.
time. I was like, I hit it, and then it didn't work. I hit it, didn't work. Hit it. It's been one of those days. So, anyway, today, hey, if you can't laugh, you can't have a good time. Today, we're talking about The Happening with Mark Wahlberg and Zoe. What's her name? Zoe
Deschanel.
Yeah. I remember her from Hitchhiker's Guide. I liked her in Hitchhiker's Guide. So I was coming into this with high expectations. I love Wahlberg. I love Mark Wahlberg. I think some of his stuff, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet or not. It's on our list for next year for his Planet of the Apes that he did. It was really good. Should have deserved a sequel. Never got it. So
Nope.
Yeah, and it's left on a cliffhanger too. So kind of sucks. But anyway, we're not talking about Planet of the Apes. We're talking about The Happening. So Chad chose this one this week, and let's just jump right in. All right, Chad, you jump right in with your questions.
I kind of misled the. See here.
Well, hey, we're on the fly. We can figure it out as we go. So if you change it up, you change it up.
So y'all see in the beginning of this movie that it started off in the park. Weird stuff started happening. So towards we kept going in there. So what do y'all think was going on at first?
At first, I thought it was like a chemical or biological attack. I really did. I thought it was something like that. Like, I don't want to say, terrorist or whatever, but, there was something was released, some kind of chemical, something was causing all these people to freak out. And, what page was I on? When the book is right in front of you, showing you what page you were on.
Yeah. Disorientation and stuff.
Yeah. So I thought it was some kind of just a chemical was released, or it was an act of terror. I mean, I wasn't sure at the time. At the beginning, I was just like, well, it could be this, it could be this, and I was just kind of waiting to see what would happen. So, John, did you have anything different?
Not overall. For me, it was either the chemical warfare. I was definitely down with that theory, or I could have even gone more of the nanobot control, mind control side of things. So still some kind of attack in that way. But for me, it was probably either the chemical, or if we went sci-fi enough, the nanobot idea.
Yeah. I mean, about the same. You first thought something was happening. Like, it was triggered. You don't see it happening. It could be there already. So with that, what do you think could help? What do you think could help by not getting sick, by not getting all that? Every time you see it happen, it's the outside. There's a lot of wind. So do you think a mask or full suit, breathing apparatus?
Mop 4. You guys probably don't, that was military term. That would be we would be head to toe. What was it? What did it stand for? Something protective posture.
Personal protective equipment.
No, well, that's PPE. No, the MOP actually stood for, I can't even remember. Golly,
operating protection.
No. You guys keep talking. I'm going to Google it while we're
talking. For me, obviously, I think the gas masks were helping because we saw at least one shot of that. So I think bare minimum that could have helped. I think even maybe some bandanas. I think not enough people went for that option soon enough. I think that definitely could have been a thing at some point. Or wrapping the T-shirt around the head. If we think it's chemical warfare, why are we not blocking our face?
Yeah,
somehow.
Even with COVID, I mean, I know this was done way before COVID, but especially after COVID, I mean, heck, in my bag, I keep masks in the bag. You never know, just in case, I drive a school bus, and if I gotta have, hey, there's a kid back here getting sick, I'm slapping on the mask,
Oh yeah.
or something.
Oh yeah.
By the way, MOP stands for Mission Oriented Protective Posture. I knew I knew it was something like that, but that's what it meant. That basically you got your chemical mask, with your charcoal filter, and then you're covered from head to toe, and then actually as you're putting stuff on, you put your gloves on, then you actually tape it so you keep it completely sealed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be, if that was really what was happening. I mean, I still have a mask, so I mean, it's an old style that was retired several years ago, but I was able to keep it, and I still have it. So,
bare minimum, it's something.
It's something, exactly. I did joke. I put a picture on Facebook right as COVID was happening, saying, "Hey, I'm getting ready to go to Walmart," and wearing the thing, and it's like, no. Everyone it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Had to be there.
So if this happened, what would you guys do if it happens now? Like if it happened right now?
The mask is right in the other room. So unfortunately, I would probably put it on my wife though. If it would fit. Actually, I got a bigger head than her, so it probably wouldn't fit. But I mean, I would hunker down and just kind of sit where I'm at. Just especially if COVID taught us anything, is we don't have to be around all these people all the time. You can survive, and you can be okay if it's just you and your family just hanging out at the house.
For sure. I mean, I think if it happens the way it did in the film and it's stuck to one region, bare minimum, I'm staying away from that region of the world, at least while that's going on at first. So that's the first step I'm taking. Now, if we see it starts to spread like worldwide across the nation, then yeah, I'll probably would just stick with the hunker down and figure out what in the world's going on first, and then kind of go from there. But if we notice it's something in the air, I'm definitely doing something to protect my airways. Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
Something as a small mask, that could be something bandana, something. I like bare minimum. I'm protecting my airways. Outside of that, may the odds be ever in my favor, and we're calling it a day at that point. So.
Well, like the guy was watching, he looked up and at the roof of the Jeep and sees the hole in it and does nothing. The guy in the back seat is shoving a shirt in the corners to try to get that, and yet there's a big slice through the middle, and just kind of, oh, look at that. I'm sorry, have a piece of duct tape or something. I mean, it's a Jeep. They should have duct tape in it or something, just stick something in there. Even if it's a shirt, stick it in there,
Oh yeah. I mean, real Jeep owners, they have matching duct tape just to match the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I would something cover your face, if hunker down your house. And even your windows, I'll sit there and cover them up where they can be airtight when nothing's coming in. So, I mean, so we get talking about hunkering down. Let's go to that one question I got. So, if you live by yourself, you remember in the movie they walked up to a lady's house that had, I don't think even had electricity. So she had nothing, not knowing what was going on, did not want to know. So if you lived by yourself like that and had no radio, TV, would you rather know what was going on out in the world, or just I'd rather not know? Just because there's nothing happening to you.
John, I'm gonna let you start.
Her stance got her pretty far, and I'll give her credit for that, at least in the film. In the real world, I think if I didn't know any better, I wouldn't mind knowing. If that makes sense. Like I wouldn't want to know if I just didn't know any better to want to know. But I think in the age of information and tech, I generally enjoy knowing what's going on in the world. If nothing else, just to know. Now, me particularly, I don't get worried about a lot of things, but it's still nice to be informed and understand what is going on, because it just makes making decisions in life a little easier on that front. But all of that said, if I was in her position and I didn't know to begin with, well, it's not going to hurt me to continue not knowing. And I think at that point, if I had been hunkered down as long as she had been, because she was clearly that way even before the happening, like I don't think I'd care. But knowing all that I know now, yeah, I'd rather know.
And I'm the opposite. if I was a hermit like she was, I'm going to call her a hermit. There's a reason that she became a hermit, and she didn't want to have contact with the outside world. She didn't want to, have cell phones or internet or YouTube or whatever. There was a reason for that. So if I decided that that's the way I wanted to live my life, I wouldn't want to know. I would be like, let me just live my life, and if I go, I go. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I liked how she says, hey, what are y'all doing here? Are you coming to steal from me or whatever? And they're like, no, the world's going crazy, and this is that. And then she'd be like, okay, that's fine. All right, you can stay. Go over there. Go.
I guess I gotta feed you. I guess I gotta let you stay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
I mean, but if that's your lifestyle, if you are a hermit or that, and that's what you want to choose to live, I don't think you'd want to have to know the information. I really don't.
No, I wouldn't. If I lived by myself and been doing it for years, don't come out to me what's going on. I don't need to know. So, let's see here. So, the last question here: do you think this could? I mean,
I'm sorry. I pulled the picture back up because I really wanted to kind of. They made the picture look like it's kind of Inception type, but not at all. Okay, sorry. Go on with your next question.
No, so do you think this could happen now? Like, do you because remember they explained later on in the movie, they explained what was going on. Like, one guy said it's the plants, picked up on it real fast. It's the plants that's doing it. And then Mark Wahlberg's character was a science teacher, and he started thinking and processing it. So you realize we don't need to be in big groups. Let's separate and be in smaller groups. So you think in today's world, do you think the plants will go after us?
No, because it's fiction. I'm sorry. Plants do not have a conscience where they're going to be like, okay, hey, the guy with the Hawaiian shirt, yeah, I don't like him. Take him out. I'm sorry. They just don't. They don't think like that. They're not human beings. They don't have a conscience. They can't think. Could plants produce some kind of toxin that could kill people? Yes, I believe that could happen. And it would affect larger groups rather than smaller groups. Yes, I could see that happening. But to be malicious about it or actually plan it, no.
I agree with the whole. I don't think the plants could necessarily actively consciously do it. Unconsciously, yeah. In terms of, do I think humans could royally mess up enough that the planet changes enough that like we at least see changes that start to harm us back? I think that could definitely happen. I think overall, though, I think the more likely idea is this idea that there was some kind of behind the scenes cover up going on. I think that would be far more likely in the real world. However, even that would be kind of far fetched. But overall, I don't think
I can see a chemical or something getting released and then it traveling in the wind and on trees and all that. But actual trees need human beings to survive. I mean, because they trees take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen. Humans need oxygen and they release carbon dioxide. So, yeah, there can get to a point where we have too many people for the amount of trees that are left. But I don't think it's realistic.
No.
The thing is, yeah, it's not realistic. But think about this: there's I'm going to say conspiracy theories of there's organizations out there that wants to control the population. So it could be a man-made phenomenon. Make the plants do it for them.
But then it's not the plants doing it; it is human beings using the plants as a catalyst.
Yeah, that's what I
see.
mean.
Yeah, and I could see that. I could see that happening, but saying that it was from the plant side, no.
Also, the general idea that it would be a neurotoxin that shuts off the like survival instinct, I think that's a little bit more far fetched. Now, a neurotoxin that just straight up takes us out, I think that's way more likely.
Yeah.
But that idea of like, no, I'm just going to shut off survival instinct. I'm going to go after myself. Like that part, I don't
Fight
think
or
would be
flight.
realistic.
They take out the fight or flight syndrome. Like, oh, I'm gonna stay here. I mean, yeah. So that's pretty much all the questions I got. Unless any one of y'all have one.
Nope, not for this movie. Sorry. Okay, we're going to go to the next segment, which is probably what quite a bit of this movie will be talking about. Plot holes. All right, who wants to start? I got a plethora of them, so I want y'all to speak first.
I mean, why even the biggest plot hole? Why if you ever think this was going on, why did the wife of the guys with a daughter not come? I gotta go get a dollhouse for the daughter for her birthday. If something major going on, why don't you?
Yeah,
just
you're
do it?
evacuating, but yet you're gonna go and get a dollhouse.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
my biggest comes back
it's
to
a
the
bad
idea
plot
of,
hole.
well, yeah. My biggest comes back down to protection again. Just the idea that like nobody's actively trying to protect themselves, even regardless of the neurotoxin. Like, at what point are you not? Because even the people that hunkered down in buildings weren't really doing anything to actively, truly protect themselves. They still had open spaces, still had other things going on. So I don't really see that. I think the idea of like also the train just kind of randomly stopping in a random town felt kind of odd. I don't really get that.
I mean, we lost communication, so we're going to stop. You're on a train. It's on a rail. It has nowhere to. It's not like you can get off and get on the interstate and go somewhere else. You're going one way.
And just even if you encounter another, like go slow and you're fine. You know, like you don't have to speed down the track, but you could keep it moving.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I have trains. It goes one way, either direction. It doesn't make no left turns abruptly. So go slow. Go do that. Take the train somewhere. Stopping in the middle of nowhere town. Oh, we lost communication. We're gonna stop the train.
Oh, and let's go ahead since we're there. I gotta throw this out there. All right, hey, the train stopped in the middle of nowhere, yet everyone else on the train got in cars and drove away. Where are all these cars from? Whose cars were they? Were they theirs? I mean, did they just go steal all these? I mean, again,
they acquired them.
It's a convenience plot hole right there.
Oh, the whole movie was a convenience plot hole. Why is it that when one guy is gonna get chomped off, by the lion, but yet somebody had enough sense to film it? Or the whole first scene where the one lady's going crazy, but she remembers the little thing in her hair that she can stab herself with, while the other one's next to her doesn't seem affected at all until later.
Yeah. That's the thing. It was like
the whole movie was this way. The whole movie, when people were shooting themselves, the gun would have dropped immediately right next to them, but it seemed like it was 10 feet away. I was thinking that somebody else shot the previous person, and then somebody else shot the previous person, but that's not how physics works. If you shoot it, you're going to drop the gun right there.
Yeah.
Not
fall forward and then it fall out.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. It's a lot of convenience plot holes. Like you got some people that was effective and was very effective real fast. Some was a slow burn. It's like why would you travel in a small group and you got people and there's people in there. Why they don't want to come to the door. Just go ahead and leave. Don't bother them.
Yeah. They're like, leave us alone. Okay, we're leaving. Bye. You don't have to wait till they stick a barrel out and shoot a kid. I mean, come on. That was just
useless.
Okay, I got to throw this out there. What was the whole point of Julian? Julian, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the whole point of the guy who she had lunch with one time or something? What was the point of that even in the movie? It didn't add to the movie at all.
No.
If anything, it was just a distractor. It was like, really?
Really, Colin? We had one dessert. That's it.
Yeah, I just.
And I think it was in the movie for their distraction, and it was more, hey, still showing the human side. She felt bad about doing it. She finally told him, yeah, they got
Alma. Alma was her name, not
Yeah.
Julian. Alma. Yeah, but why'd she give the guy her phone number too if she didn't want him calling her? I mean,
because she's
work
stupid.
colleague. I hope not answering calls with work. No. All the people that got my phone number, they call my extension. It comes to my cell phone. Other than that, that's it.
yeah. Oh no, Julian was the guy, the girl's father. He was the other one. Did you guys notice that scene too? He's in the front seat, right?
Yeah.
When they take the Jeep and ram into the tree, two people go flying out the front window. No one was wearing a seatbelt, but yet he kind of stabled out and was able to go and off himself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, really? I mean, again, this whole movie was just full of plot holes. Okay. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to do this, but how are we going to fix or improve this movie? Chad, you picked the movie, so you get to start us off with this.
Well, take the guy that keeps calling Zoe Dash and that Zoe, the girl, kill that off. Don't even do it because it didn't bring nothing to the movie. It was just more. It's just more. Hey, let's put it in there. They just threw it in there. Like, I won't throw it. Other show more of them how they protect themselves. Get to a place, board it up, and it's just hunker down. That's what I mean. It really boils down to it only lasted what 12 hours, like 24 hours, and it was gone.
Yeah.
So if you can hunker down somewhere and cover up all the air holes, I think you can survive it and cut the movie in half. Make it an hour movie. It shouldn't be what it was.
Yeah.
John?
Overall, I think definitely tie in an
Not
explanation.
make the movie. Okay.
Sooner.
All right.
Yeah. But I think at bare minimum, tie in an explanation sooner. Give us a reason it's happening for real. Maybe don't have them travel so much. Maybe have them, maybe not hunker down because they're still trying to figure out what's going on. But I don't think they needed to travel to these like 10 different places and counter all these buildings. Like it's not a zombie apocalypse, The Walking Dead. Like they're not trying to find supplies or anything. They are legit just trying to get to a safe spot, and they just keep getting in these weird areas where I don't think they necessarily had to travel, but they kept traveling. I think I'd fix that. And I mean, ultimately, yeah, you could cut out a lot that's just unnecessary in it.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna go out there. I'll just be honest. I'm gonna go out there and say, okay, let's make this a post-apocalyptic movie. That okay, here's what happened, and the happening is happening, and you're kind of seeing it as it's going along, and then make it a true survival movie. And you can't be in more packs of more than 5, and then how do they survive in this region to get out of it? And then this region now is considered whatever, something like that, where make it more suspenseful and impactful. I mean, there was not a time at all I was sitting on the edge of my seat. I said at the beginning, I like Mark Wahlberg. He was a sucky professor. All right. I'm sorry. He was not a good teacher. I mean, that was not his role, No. And then he's like, well, give me a second. All these people are yelling at him. He's like, I just need a second to think. It's like, then walk away, go walk away, be quiet for yourself so you can think about it, then come back and figure it out, whatever. Just Make the story make sense. Make it be something escaped. Or this was a terrorist attack. Make it actually that. Don't say, oh, the trees are wanting to kill off the humans. So, yeah. Okay. Our next segment, this is going to be the fun one. Okay, we're going to rate this on a scale of 0 to 5 lightsabers. Currently, all of ours, we're actually close. All of us are right around the same. We're right. Our average is right. I think I'm a little higher than you guys. I think I'm at like 3.3, and I think you both are at 3.0 or something like that, or 3.1. I mean, I just put it all in the Excel sheet, and like it's just an average. So we're gonna see, is this going to be part of that, or is it going to add to or take away from? So, John, let's start with you.
All right. So, just overall quality of the film, not necessarily what I thought it could be. Story with all the plot holes we see. I'm going to give it a legit half point just because of the cast and what that could have been. Otherwise, I don't necessarily know that I'd watch it again. I didn't necessarily mind it per se. It just wasn't a real strong film for me, and it, like, just thinking of other films we've watched, that's just where it would have to end up anyway. So give it an old half lightsaber.
Oh, a half a lightsaber. Okay, Chad, how about you?
I'm about right there with John. I'll just do a half lightsaber, even though I picked this movie. I've watched this movie before, and I felt the same way. It was more of a big plot hole. I just watched it because they had Mark Wahlberg. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, we like Mark Wahlberg. He was great in The Shooter. I don't know if you guys have seen Shooter. He
Yeah,
was fantastic.
it was
Well, in
good.
general, he's pretty decent. I mean, like, he's not top tier, but he's still a good actor. Like, but this film just does not showcase that.
I constantly get him mixed up with I get Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon mixed up. I get the two of them constantly.
If they get the same haircuts.
Yeah, exactly. And they look very similar. So my rating, I think you guys were generous with the 0.5. I'm giving it a 0, an absolute 0. I was, what's the word? Here. I got a little clip.
Everyone in this room is now dumber.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a 0. This was probably the worst movie I have watched all year. If even some of the B-rated movies that we've done, I enjoyed more than this because just too many plot holes, too many things that just didn't make any sense.
I mean,
the little girl. I'm sorry. Don't go looking for if you're a father. Okay, you both are fathers. Are you going to leave your daughter?
No.
To go look for your wife, who is you already know is probably dead.
No. I was gonna say at that point, if I'm even suspecting she's gone, probably not. It's protective at that point. I will remain protective at that point.
Well, I'm sorry, but no, I wouldn't just go searching for an hour away from where they were to Trenton. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Honey.
No, exactly.
If you're watching this, honey, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I love my wife. I know John loves Maddie, his wife, and Chad loves Nicole. I mean, they're I know all of them. They're all fantastic people. But if there's a chance that you're going to go and you can save your child or one of your children, you're going to save your child.
Listen, if I didn't, Maddie would come back from the grave and kill me herself. If I didn't, that would be her prerogative. So, like, it would only be fair otherwise.
See, another thing is, that you look at this movie. You had Wahlberg. You had M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, he's the guy that wrote it.
Yeah. What I mean, there's other stuff that he did that was good. Why? Why not make it better?
Or make the child actually Wahlbergs and Zoe's or Zoe's or whatever. Make it their child instead of their dad going off and getting killed.
Yeah.
Because then some of her acting wouldn't have been so bad, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, dad's going away and I'm not even going to cry about it, or say, don't go, dad, stay with me. You could have had some heartstrings really pulled with that, but
Yeah. This is just, well, I'm gonna find your mom and my wife. See ya.
yeah. So I mean, just too many missed opportunities for this. All right, where are we at? Oh, yeah, contact us. Please contact us. We've actually really picked up quite a bit on YouTube. That is the easiest way to contact us. Make a note in the what do they call that? Down in the bottom, the notes. Yeah. And give us a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, all those good things. And we're also on all the social media networks at the Sci-Fi Guys. You can email us, TheseSciFiGuys at gmail.com. And yeah, we would appreciate you guys giving us a thumbs up. We'd like to give our thumbs up at the end of the show, but we would love to see you guys giving us a thumbs up. It really does. It helps the algorithm with YouTube, and it gets us out there. I remember the three of us started this last year, and we had I don't know,
Maybe
we were lucky if we got 5 views, and now we're in the hundreds, so. Which some of them are short, but it's still, it means it's getting out there and all that. So whatever you guys can do, we'd appreciate it. Our next movie, I struggled on this because I'm the one that picking the next movie. And I asked the guys, I said, hey guys, I want to do a video game movie. No, it's not Pixels. We've already done that. And no, it's not Mario Brothers.
No. Oh, shucks.
We need to do the Mario Brothers, I think, at some point. The original Mario Brothers one that was so bad.
So bad.
Dennis Hopper? Was
Hoffman?
He in that? Dennis Hoffman, that's it. Yeah.
Hold up.
It was some Hoffman. It was Hoffman, I'm pretty sure. Or Hopper. I don't know.
Oh no.
But yeah. Oh, it definitely a couple of plumbers. The cartoon one, the recent one was pretty good. The one that came out in 2023, 2024.
Dennis Hopper was Bowser in that 93 film. John, the one that was just in this movie we just watched, was Luigi, and Mario was Bob Haskins.
Yeah, that will be on our. We've already got our stuff planned out, but we can make changes because originally this one was going to be a different movie, but I didn't know enough about it because it's one I want to see, but I didn't know if we should have a podcast about it yet because I had never seen it. So I didn't want to just choose a movie and it be really bad and have a really lousy podcast. So I really didn't want to put that through you guys. So that's why I chose this one. I do love video game movies. This one's actually more of a video game manga, not MAGA, no, manga. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Classic. I know Chad is already going to probably want to give this one a 1 just because I know he does not like the lead actor, but suck it up, Buttercup. Hey, any movie that has Superman, Captain America, and Captain Marvel in it is going to be a good movie. Just saying. We'll talk about those guys later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They weren't those characters, but they were the actors or actresses that played this. Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. It's a good movie. I think so. Hey. Chad's already like, no, I don't care. I don't like it. I just don't like him. I don't like him. He's just me. I mean, it's kind of almost.
I'll get into this week.
I was gonna say we need to. It's almost like me with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey plays the same role in every movie ever.
He does too.
He is. He's good. He was good in a couple of them, and then it got real old real quick. John Travolta's the same way. He's Vinnie Barbarino in everything. Same with Nicolas Cage. Again, I'm digressing here. So, with that, everyone, we want to thank you very much for watching and Russian.